It's 2:17 in the morning. You're lying in bed replaying a conversation from 3 days ago. Something you said, then maybe something you should have said, and then something they might have meant. You know thinking about it isn't helping, and that sleep would help more. But the thoughts keep going. One thought leads to another. One possibility turns into 5 more. And all those unanswered questions become 100 catastrophic outcomes. And the harder you try to stop thinking, the harder it is to just get to sleep. If you've ever been told, just stop thinking about it, and thought, if it were that easy, I would have already done it, you're not alone. Because overthinking isn't actually a thinking problem. It's a nervous system problem. And once you understand what's happening beneath the thoughts, the whole experience starts to look and feel different. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what's really happening in your body when you can't stop the mental spin, and a simple 30-second practice that can interrupt it. Not by controlling your thoughts, but by working with the system that's driving them. Here's what nobody tells you about overthinking. The thoughts themselves are often not the real problem. They're a symptom of something happening underneath them. And understanding that changes everything. Your brain has a network called the default mode network, your DMN. It's active when you're not focused on anything external. Daydreaming, remembering, imagining scenarios. In a regulated nervous system, the DMN hums along quietly when you need it and quiets down when you don't. But when your nervous system is stuck in a low-grade stress response, and most people's are, your DMN doesn't quiet down. It gets louder. It starts scanning for threats, replaying conversations, imagining worst-case scenarios. A text message that hasn't been answered yet. A meeting that's still 3 days away. A comment someone made in passing that suddenly feels loaded and hurtful. The mind starts trying to solve problems that don't actually exist in the present moment. Not because something is wrong with your thinking, but because your nervous system is in a state that amplifies it. Trying to stop thinking from that state is like trying to calm a racing heart by telling it to slow down. You're using the wrong tool for the job. And there's one reason this cycle becomes so difficult to break once it starts. To understand that, we need to look at something called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body, running from your brainstem down through your chest and into your gut. It's the main highway of your parasympathetic nervous system. It's what tells your body, you're safe. You can rest and digest. You can settle and relax. When vagal tone is low, as it is for many people who struggle with chronic overthinking, the nervous system can become biased toward threat detection. Your DMN gets louder. Your thoughts race. You start mentally rehearsing conversations that haven't happened yet, rechecking decisions you've already made, trying to find certainty in situations that don't offer it. Your attention narrows around what could go wrong, and then you blame yourself for overthinking, which creates more stress, which makes regulation even harder. That's the loop. Notice what just happened as I described that. You may have recognized yourself in it. That recognition isn't evidence that something is wrong with you. It's evidence that your nervous system has been doing exactly what it learned to do, protecting you. The good news is that vagal tone is trainable, and it doesn't necessarily take months. In fact, you can begin influencing it in less than a minute. Maybe you've experienced moments when the overthinking suddenly loosened its grip. Walking outside after being indoors all day, listening to music that somehow shifts your mood, sitting beside someone you trust. Nothing in your circumstances changed in those moments, but something in your nervous system did. The good news is that those shifts aren't random, and this is where understanding becomes useful. Because if overthinking is being driven by the nervous system, then we need a way to speak directly to the nervous system. If you'd like, let me show you something simple. And I mean simple. Something you can do almost anywhere. We're going to work with your breathing and a gentle hum. Humming physically stimulates pathways associated with the vagus nerve through vibration around the vocal cords and the throat. Contemplative traditions have used chanting and vocal toning for thousands of years. Modern neuroscience is beginning to uncover why these practices can help the nervous system settle into a calmer state. So let's try this together. Take a comfortable position, sitting or lying down, whatever feels right. If you're somewhere you can close your eyes, do that. If not, just soften your gaze. Bring your attention to your breathing. No need to control it or to deepen it. Just notice where the breath moves naturally in your body. The coolness as air enters your nostrils, the subtle expansion in your chest or belly, the warm release of the exhale. We'll take 3 breaths like this, just observing. Now, on your next exhale, let a gentle hum rise from your throat. No need to worry about the tone or pitch, just a low, steady vibration. Feel where it resonates, maybe in your chest, your throat, the back of your palate. Inhale naturally, exhale with the hum. One more. Exhale with the hum. Let it be as soft as you want. There's no volume requirement here. It's the vibration that matters, not the sound. Now let the humming go, and just rest your attention on the silence afterward. Notice if anything feels different. Maybe a subtle dropping sensation in your chest. Maybe you feel a little more space in your upper back, shoulders, or behind the eyes. Maybe nothing dramatic, and that's fine too. What you just did is stimulate your vagus nerve. You sent a signal of safety through your nervous system. And if your thoughts feel even slightly quieter, that's your whole system responding to a shift in your autonomic state. This isn't a once and done fix, but it is something you can reach for anywhere. In traffic, before a difficult conversation, at 3 a.m. when your thoughts are like ping pong balls. The pattern is surprisingly simple. Low vagal tone. The nervous system is stuck in threat detection. The DMN gets louder, and overthinking spirals. Or signal safety with the breath with a simple humming. The nervous system begins to down-regulate. The DMN quiets. Thoughts become less urgent. You're not fighting your thoughts. You're changing the conditions they arise in. Real transformation rarely happens through force. It happens through conditions. Just as you can't force a flower to bloom, but you can nourish the soil, adjust the light, provide the water. Your nervous system is much the same. Small repeated practices like this help shift the system toward regulation and connection, making it easier for the mind to rest and less likely to get caught in cycles of overthinking. So here's what I'd invite you to try. The next time you catch yourself overthinking, and catch is the right word, because just noticing is already a shift. Try 30 seconds of humming on the exhale, not to fix yourself, just to send your nervous system a different signal, and see what changes. You don't need to stop thinking. You need to help your nervous system remember that it's safe to settle. And when the body begins to settle, the mind can follow. If you'd like to explore this more deeply, not just as an idea, but as a practice, I've linked a few resources below. Inside, you'll find guided meditations, nervous system regulation practices, and mindfulness exercises designed to help you cultivate the conditions we've been talking about here. More ease, more awareness, and a little more space between you and the thoughts that pull for your attention. Take what resonates, and I'll see you in the next video.